Guys, Arsenal versus PSG. This fixture in the semifinals is going to be so interesting. And the reason why it's so interesting is, first of all, they have never won the Champions League, okay? None of these clubs have ever won the Champions League. They have been finalists in the Champions League, PSG being the finalist in 2020, and Arsenal being a finalist in 2006. But they've never won it. And in recent years, Arsenal haven't got that much experience in recent years when it comes to the Champions League. They've reached the semifinals after a very long time. And on the other hand, PSG have got very much experience in the recent years in the Champions League, reaching the semifinals even the last time in the last season. And they've even reached the final, as I said earlier. But the thing is, guys, this match is going to be very interesting. Because first of all, both of these sides have one thing in common. The defensive display. The defensive display of these two teams is incredible. This season in Europe, these two are the teams that have conceded the lessest goals throughout the whole season. And Arsenal, of course, being on top of that. But the thing is, guys, that both of these teams, their journey to the semifinals has been very different. PSG did not qualify directly to the round of 16. They had to play a playoff to qualify to the round of 16, in which they completely dominated 10-0 aggregate versus Brest, who they played with in the playoff. Arsenal, on the other hand, qualified directly to the round of 16, being like third in the league table of the Champions League, or third or fourth or something like that, but they qualified directly. And after that, PSG knocked out Liverpool from the round of 16, the best team at that time, Liverpool. And also, guys, there's one other thing to see, that this PSG has been the best PSG in recent years. Like, even the PSG of Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe was nothing compared to this PSG. The balance that's there in this PSG side is incredible. Defensive-wise, attacking-wise, everything is balanced in this PSG side. But they knocked out Liverpool from the round of 16. And then they knocked out another English side, Aston Villa, with an aggregate of 5-4. 3-1 in the first leg and 3-2 loss in the second leg, but still qualified to the semifinals. And now they're facing a third English side, Arsenal, in the knockout stages. But on the other hand, Arsenal knocked out PSV from the round of 16 with an aggregate of 9-3. And then knocked out Real Madrid, the kings of Europe, with an aggregate of 5-1. That was a historic win for Arsenal. And that just boosts their confidence when it comes to the Champions League. Because no one expected Real Madrid to be knocked out by Arsenal. No one expected. Even I myself, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect. But the fact is there, and they have actually knocked out Real Madrid. And now they're coming up against a way better team than Real Madrid this season, PSG. Now, this is going to be very interesting, guys. Because both teams have a very good defense, as I said earlier. Arsenal's defense, of course, Jurrien Timber, Saliba, Kiwior. There's no Gabriel right now. And even versus Real Madrid, this dude, Kiwior, was able to hold the pressure of Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham. They held them, bro. They held them. And, of course, Miles Lewis-Skelly and David Raya on goal. But on the other side, PSG, Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, who is the best left back in the world right now, Marquinhos and Beraldo, and of course Donnarumma and goal. They've been the best, like the teams that have conceded the lessest goals in Europe. The less goals conceded by any team is Arsenal, and I think after that is PSG. So the thing is, guys, both the teams, defensive-wise, they're kind of the same. Arsenal, of course, being better than PSG, but attacking-wise, here is where it gets interesting. Arsenal's attack has worked very well versus Real Madrid, versus PSV, But is it going to work against PSG? And PSG's attack has worked very well. It has worked, but hasn't worked very well because listen, they lost versus Aston Villa, the last match of the Champions League. And now they're coming up against a way better defensive side, Arsenal. Okay? But their attack, of course, PSG, Bradley Barcola, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, who is a dribbler. He's literally Maradona in disguise. Dembele, who has been one of the best players since he left Barcelona. He's the best players. He's one of the best players in the world right now. Desire Doué, who is a young talent for PSG. Gonzalo Ramos, who's also the striker for PSG. But the starting are Dembele, Barcola, and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. These three are the ones who start for PSG. But Arsenal's attack, Martinelli, Saka, who is back from injury a long time ago, and now he's playing very well at that side. He's the one who created the two free kicks, which Declan Rice scored in the first leg versus Real Madrid. He's the one who scored the opener for Arsenal versus Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. So he is back. But also Mikel Merino. And let's talk about the midfield as well. Odegaard, Thomas Partey. Odegaard has not been on the best form this season. Even he himself knows that. But Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, who has been on fire. Okay? On the other side, Joao Neves, Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, who has been one of the best midfielders so far this season, Vitinha. So it's going to be very interesting to see that who is going to, first of all, score the first goal in this match, but also who is going to win this match and actually go to the final. It's going to be very interesting to see. But looking at the attack and the defense, Arsenal defense is better than PSG's, but Arsenal's attack is not better than PSG's. PSG's attack is way better than Arsenal. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's going to be very interesting, guys. And these teams, since they never won the Champions League, I'm very curious to know then who is actually going to go first in the final. Okay? But speaking about this match, guys, since it's played at the Emirates, I actually am, of course, going to go with Arsenal because I think that they're just going to, defend well in the first leg and, of course, win the tie of the first leg. So I think it's going to be Arsenal in the first leg, but I don't know what's going to happen, guys. This is the Champions League. You never know what happens. So it's going to be very interesting, guys, as I said. And since both are very good defensive teams, there's going to be lesser goals in this tie. Okay? But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Let's see what happens in this tie. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and now I'll see you on the next video.